Hello everybody. We're gonna see if this intro works, but I am all showered. I worked out this morning and we're gonna go to the bookstore because I want to treat myself because I just finished my AA degree. So I'm gonna treat myself, but I also wanted to make like a bookish video. And what's the best way to start off a bookish video? Going to the bookstore, obviously. This book is so good. It's so good. So that's what we're gonna do. Follow me along. We're gonna go to the bookstore. We're probably gonna go to the library one day. We're gonna reorganize my shelves and a reading vlog. We're gonna pick what we're gonna read though, because I have no idea yet. So this morning I worked out and I'm all showered. We're gonna go to the bookstore today, and I also wanted to film do bookish things with me. Yeah, let's head on to the bookstore. Okay everybody, I know that I want to get one book, but it's between these two books and I don't know what I'm gonna pick. It's literally, one of them's a thriller and one of them is a summer like contemporary romance, so I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I could get both, but I'm trying not to spend that much money on books. So if I don't get one today, if I only get one today, next month I can get another one. And that will feel like fun, you know, instead of not being able to spend money on books for like 2 months. You know, like, does that make sense? I don't know. We're gonna go inside over here and look for the book. Wanting to read this for such a long time, and I'm kind of in the mood for a thriller, but I also like this in paperback. Thrillers to me are hardbacks, so I've been wanting this in a hardback, so I don't know if I should get it. I know I said let's pick between two, but for either these two, but these two are also calling my name. So I have no clue now. Just, how can I not read an Ali Hazelwood book this month? Like, but if I get this, I feel like I have to get another one from the buy one get one 50% off. So no. And then Sarah Caroli on Her and Destiny's Sarah Caroli on Her and Destiny's podcast. She read quotes from this that made me really want to read it. like, I'm not sure how I like second chance, so I wasn't like fully interested in reading this, but now
what number here in the y is going to make the distance? -2. So it doesn't matter what happens over here.
we got a book, and I actually, guys, I had so much self-control. I only got one book, and it was a book that I was actually planning on getting. Yeah, I'm so proud of myself actually, but it was a very hard, like a lot of self-control. I got One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I'm so excited, guys, and also this cover is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is one of the most gorgeous covers I've ever seen. It's so pretty. I wonder if I can take the sticker off, but honestly, I don't really mind the sticker. I don't mind the Barnes & Noble like gold stickers that much. The Target stickers piss me off though, and I also never get books from Target ever. So I never get books from Target. I also try not to get books. I only try to get books from Barnes & Noble in the library. That's also kind of why I haven't like been buying as much, other than the fact that I'm trying to not buy more books than I can read in a year. I'm hungry. I think I decided on a book because it's actually really grabbing my attention. Okay, first let me pull out the book and then I'll explain some more. The book is, guys, this has literally been on my TBR, like my physical TBR, for like 2 to 3 years. I think like 2 summers, like no, 3 summers. Wait, no, yeah, 3 summers ago. It's crazy. So it's been like, I've had this book for like 3 years. And it didn't call my name for a long time. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna pick this up. I feel like this is gonna be so boring. Like, I don't know why I ever bought this book, just because Sarah Caroli liked her books. Like, I don't think I'm gonna like them. And then I was reading Onyx Storm because I was like in the mood for a fantasy still, but then I was reading and I'm like, you know what, I don't think I'm in the mood for a fantasy. And so I was just like reading through a couple of like a page of everything that I thought I might like. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start reading this. Why do I love the writing? Why do I love how she writes? And I read this a few months ago. I decided to pick up and try and read this. No, like a year ago I tried to read this. I read the first page. I'm like, I don't like I don't like it. It seems boring. Like, I literally could not get through the first few sentences. And now, why am I loving the writing? I'm on page 20. It's in third person, but I like third person. Said literally a very few percentage of the population has ever said that. I like third person. I think it's interesting, and yeah. So we're gonna read this. Let's hope we are able to get to a beach this week or something, so I can read this on a beach. Anyways, guys, I'm stressed. Things in my life have just been stressful, so I have my wine and my book, sangria. Jake has just entered the book, and why do I absolutely love him already? How can I be on page 34 and be this giddy right now? I love you, Mel. Frey says, hey. Jake says, smacking Frasier's shoulder, she's mine. It's no context, but like, if you do get it, you get it. Oh my god, what the freak? Some things in this book that make me like, just now, like it's starting to get a little morally questionable on a surface level, but if you look at the context that this is all kind of happening, I can get past it a little bit, but still, like on a surface level, I'm like, I don't know how I like what you're doing right now, but you know, I'm just gonna get through it. I'm gonna see. But I love the writing in this, and I love how this book is making me feel like when they're together. Okay, you wouldn't think that this book has so many good quotes. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't think that this book would have that many good quotes. I wouldn't know, like a grandma type of book, which I feel like a lot of people kind of were describing, would have writing like this. Like, listen to this. This cottage, this stretch of the beach, this island has imprinted itself on his consciousness like a watermark on fine paper. What? Oh my god, the freak. That's crazy. Like, there's just so, if you love tiny moments, tiny mundane moments that you wouldn't think would be like a big deal, but they make it a big deal because it is a big deal in that moment, you would love this book. Like the romance, like listen to this. At 10 o'clock they pile into the blazer to go to the chicken box. Cooper says shotgun. Jake is in the rear, memorized by the back of Mallory's Jake why can I not read? Jake is in the rear, memorized by the back of Mallory's neck, her earlobe, the tiny silver hoop. Like, is this not the perfect, like, if you love books, does this not sound like the perfect day? As Cooper and Allison disappear into the bar, Jake thinks about lobsters and stargazing tomorrow night, Great Point on Sunday, then home to play music and talk about books and maybe shower together in the mansion before they order Chinese food and watch an old movie. This book is so good. It's so good. Why is it so good? Hello. It's taking us a little bit to get here, but we are here and we're going to reorganize this bookshelf. First things first. How has this been going? I'm on page 180. Did we ever think that I was ever going to even get to page 180 in this book? I never thought. So, a win is a win. Okay, now that that's out of the way, first things first, or second, whatever, we gotta get all these books down, and we have to wipe it down because it's due for its dusting and cleaning. So we're gonna get all those down. Okay, awesome. Let me play some videos.
Emily, I have been wanting to read so bad.
I kind of want to explain how I'm gonna, like, what I hate about my bookshelves. I hate this top row. It's just such a mix of genres, and it is technically like a series shelf, so like I put a whole bunch of series up here, but I haven't even liked some of these books, you know? And I love this shelf, but it just, for some reason, doesn't quite fit, but they are my favorite like fantasy series. I love this shelf, but also this doesn't really fit, and these are like some of my favorite books ever, by the way, so like it also makes sense why they're all together. But I also need to make room to put like an extra Addicted Calloway book, because this should be down here. I love this, but I think I'm gonna put Colleen Hoover at the bottom because I don't like Colleen Hoover anymore. I like this, all that at the bottom there. YA. I don't like YA. Now we can get started.
In the back of my mind, I just watched Asha do Went to Nantucket, and I want to read this book. I'm gonna just felt very childish, very book talky.
No.
Next one is
Entonces,
Maintenance by Alex.
pero nadie sabe lo que me va mal en la vida. Ah, pero nadie sabe que me va mal en la vida.
Interesting, and I'm
as you can see, that's all I did. I'm gonna wipe them down and try and put some books on there, because I just realized that I don't have space to put like all my books on every single surface unless I put it on the ground, but I don't want to put them on the ground, so I'm just gonna start cleaning and try and see if I can figure out how I want to do it anyway.
Yeah, we're making the bedroom bigger. You and who? No, me and John have heard earlier. Luke doesn't do it yet. I hope he takes it okay. We're done.
Well, it's not just one community.
Right? Yeah, makes we're a hamster again.
But you asked my vet to double check that you feed it in the morning?
That's so not this party. I actually like
Oh, come on now. Yellow really doesn't go.
If nothing goes with them, we may have to move.
Do you... Not that closely. Kids usually talk, but they don't say anything. You know, they just kind of yammer, so if you don't find them cute, they're just boring.
You should really have your own children's show, you know, as an alternative to the nice ones.
You know what I mean.
It's just a sponsorship, and they're from your alma mater, which, by the way, is looking drab and could use a touch-up. I'd recommend.
I guess a little.
You don't even have to go to the games, and you'd get to have your name on
Medium 16. And an extra large men's, so...
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. I had fantasy right there, but I'm thinking maybe I should just go ahead and put contemporary on those two shelves, because that's what I feel like what looks best. And unfortunately, maybe have to put fantasy down here, even though it's not gonna show my really nice like Onyx Storm and Iron Flame little section. But I think I need to change, at least for the summer. I think, like, even though it's July, we still have a couple months of summer left, so if I feel like I want to change it later on, I will. But I think that's what I'm gonna play around with right now. be balanced, so I think I'm gonna go back to it being one romance shelf, one fantasy shelf, and then another romance.
Later, let's go. Well, it's terrible. Really terrible. I told you. Oh my god. You can't sleep in this. Don't worry, I won't.
I'm assuming it's flying. That's what I made me dream of. Shoot. Shoot. What are you doing?
Jinx back. Double piggy round the side. Double piggy. Jinx back. Woo! Hey, needs more garlic. Come on, go. Honey, do you see a joystick? This is not a game, okay? Let's put it down. For both of us. Meaning there's a 19...
So I organized this thing. I don't love it. I think I like the other one better. I don't know. Whoopsies. I should have done it before and after. Why am I stupid? Anyways, I like that shelf kind of. I like this house. I don't like that. I kind of like the fantasy shelf, but also it's too overcrowded. I don't know. Maybe when like I burped and spoke at the same time. That was disgusting. I don't like my favorite books aren't with my other favorite books. So this shelf kind of bothering me, but it's what fit the best. And Heartstopper Emily Henry is next to Colleen Hoover. That is bothering me as well. But I'm just gonna find more amazing books that I love so I can finally put Colleen Hoover on the bottom shelf, because right now the bottom shelf has like crafts and stuff, like my crafts box, and I just don't really want to move it anywhere, so we're just gonna keep it there till like have I need more space for books. But for right now, these are all my red books, as I have explained probably the other 5,000 videos. But if this is the first video you've seen, then you don't know that I only put stuff up that is red. The only thing that is not red is 2 of the Addicted Calloway Sisters books, even though it's my favorite series of all time, but I still haven't completed it. I just need 2 books. Yeah, that's the only thing that's not red. Everything else is red. To motivate myself, I keep my unread books separate from my beautiful bookshelf. I don't know if we're going in chronological order or if I'm putting my reading vlog at the end, but let's give some updates on this book, shall we? We're almost 50% in. Let's move. As I said more towards the beginning, I was loving this book. I was eating it up. Like, I was looking at the quotes and I was like, oh my god, I've never like felt this way about quotes before. Well, I probably have, but like it feels like this is the first time I ever like truly loved the feel of a quote. I'm not getting 50% through, and I thought was gonna be 5 stars. It could change again, but now it's looking more like 4.5. I think just by the end of this I'm probably gonna be very frustrated with the characters, but because they're just it's so realistic. Maybe not the most realistic, but like this probably has happened. Like, not gonna lie, this probably has happened to someone out there, and I think that's what parts makes it so beautiful, because the characters feel so real and the story feels so real. Like, it literally feels like you're just reading about somebody's life and what happened to them, like a biography. But that also means all the characters have flaws, and sometimes the things that they do are morally questionable, which can get really frustrating at times. And I don't know how frustrating it's going to be by the end of the book, but I still love the feel and love the two main characters together. So we'll see how we get along with this book.
Whatever. I'm just gonna go to
Tell me why I didn't see that coming.
what the journals look like there, and if they have any very simple cheap books. But I'm living right across the street from Target.
So obviously, well, not obviously, I don't think I even explained this book. You go through 28 summers with Mallory and Jake. I started to spend 28 summers with them, but not exactly them being together. I don't want to spoil literally anything because it's really good. It starts in 1993. So we get to the year 2001. 9/11 happens. I have never read a book that has mentioned 9/11 or like described a character's perspective on 9/11, and I literally felt like I was being put into the situation, and I felt what they felt that day. Probably not for real, but like it made me so anxious. It made me so sad, and the feelings that were just pulled out of me is insane. Okay, I'm gonna read it.
I'm eating the book up. Eating it up. I'm so nervous, like what's gonna come. If it ends on a cliffhanger, I'm so nervous.
Wow, look at her with her new car. It looks so nice. The seats look so good. This is a good hangout car. I don't know why your engine is not doing that. Did you guys notice that? Huh? Did you guys?
In the mirror.
Okay, Darcy. We don't want to revert back to our
This is my car.
breathing exercise. Okay? When I breathe, you breathe. All right? Let's go.
How do I adjust my mirrors?
No, no, no.
And Mom actually willing to talk to you when you like see her. She's not like, yes. Oh, going. And I'm reading. Bye. Guys, at this point, I have like 60 pages left. I am annoyed. How did I just finish? That's it? Oh my god. Dude. That made me pop my eyes out, but be like rest assured, I am so angry. Hello, it's me 1 year later. I always, for outros, I'm always like, I'm gonna get so pretty, I'm gonna dress up, I'm gonna put on makeup, like, so you don't have to see a really bad looking face at the end of the video. But you know what, I'm just like, you know, the whole point of me doing this thing is to get videos out, and I can't do that if I'm continuously just waiting for the perfect moment or something. So this is what you're getting. I don't look horrible, but you know, I have a hoodie on, I look like I slept no hours, I think. And yeah, but we're here and we're doing this outro. Finally, it's 1 year later. It's literally a year later, almost exactly. But we're gonna talk about 28 Summers because obviously that's what I read in this video, and I wanted to show you all, like, let you all know what I rated it. And technically, I think last year, when I read this, I rated it about 3.25 stars, and I think it's probably like a 3.5. Okay, it's probably a 3.5. And I wrote down notes because I literally spent an hour or so remembering why I even gave this a 3.5, because I remember loving it a lot in the beginning. And I was literally reading a summary, trying to recall the memories, and I also don't remember crying that hard. I just edited the video. Me crying that hard over this was actually kind of bizarre because I don't remember crying that hard, and that was really bad. But I think I ended up rating it only 3.25 stars because, as I just said, I was pissed off. And I think the reason for that is that, I guess first let me say that while I was looking, because it's been a year, guys, it's been a year, it's been an entire year that I read this book, so obviously I'm not gonna remember every single thing that I read and all my feelings, but I did go back and I tried to recall all the memories that I've had to read this book, and it kind of came back to me in waves, like very vividly. As I was reading the summary of the book, I remember how vividly I felt about characters, especially Frey, and all the other characters. I felt they were so real. As I was going through the summaries, it literally felt like I was reading the book for the very first time again. That's how vividly I remember these characters, and how immediately as I was reading the summary I was kind of transporting back into the feelings that I had a year ago, because Frey and all these characters, Freddie, I loved Freddie, like it was just so, it was so vivid. Like the drama of it all was so entertaining. Like the first half, it was such a page turner. Like I just kept wanting to know more about the drama and all these characters. Jake and Mallory, their love was just so undeniable in these books. Like just the feeling of it is sort of unexplainable, and that's why it makes me want to rate it higher than I did. But then as I was reading the summaries, I also then remembered exactly why it pissed me off so much, and it's because the second half of this book kind of fell off for me completely, because I felt like I was not even seeing the 28 summers, and the title of this book is literally 28 summers. I think there was a full 10 summers where you just talk about what happened. It's sort of this time lapse, sort of montage type of writing, where you're just saying sort of what happened during those summers with Jake and Mallory, but you're not actively seeing it or actively reading about that present time. You just get that sort of montage, and then you sort of learn more about their separate lives and how they're going about their lives separately in between those summers. I think that's what pissed me off, because the title of the book is literally 28 summers. So why are we not seeing the summers that they spent together? That's sort of what pissed me off, honestly. I don't know, I think it just fell off. Like some of the chemistry fell off, but because I wasn't seeing the chemistry for like half of the book, it sort of removed me from the empathy I would feel for them. Because obviously, with their, not to be spoiler, but morally this book can get a little gray, and it kind of makes you feel icky sometimes. And when you're not seeing their chemistry in present time that they spend together, it sort of made me feel a little more removed, and it made me feel a little more like crap. Like this is it pissed me off. It really pissed me off, like honestly. So yeah, but because I remembered all of this, then I recalled why I rated it kind of low. It kind of gave me a 5-star feeling in the beginning of the book, but then completely fell off during the second half for me. At least the anger got to me. But it was still a really great book, and it's still an incredible beach read. It's just, the scenery in this book is completely amazing, and the feeling that you feel in this book is just so amazing. Like obviously I bawled my freaking eyes out. I just bawled my eyes out. So I still highly recommend you reading it, and I think I do want to read more of her books, because I love this one so much. But it just pisses me off. I can't keep saying that, like genuinely. Like this would have been 5 stars, honestly, I think, if it didn't piss me off like a quarter of it, but whatever. All of that to say, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I get to become more consistent, because I'm not, unfortunately. But hopefully, I really enjoy these type of videos. Like I genuinely love these sort of bookish videos, so I want to continue and do more, especially like the one book at a time reading vlogs, you know. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed, because I enjoyed filming it, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next one. Bye.